Hi, I'm Erica Chesla, and this is my special presentation 1 in contemporary social issues. For my social issue, I chose substance use and abuse in young adults, and I conducted survey research for this. So for this is the survey, I used SurveyMonkey, which is a platform where you can make your custom surveys and put in your your questions, and then the multiple choice answers or whatever answers you want to put in. It does limit you to 10 questions if you are just a free user, or else in order to ask more than 10 questions, you have to be a monthly subscriber to SurveyMonkey. And so with my 10 questions, I wanted to just be direct and get the answers that I needed to meet the goals for my survey. And the goals for my survey were to find out how old people were when they were first introduced to substances such as alcohol and marijuana, and how old they were when they tried them for the first time. And then how often are these substances being used currently, and what effects have the substances had in their life. 30 people took my survey. They were both males and females, although it was predominantly females. They range from ages 18 to 30, and I sent out the link for my survey to my coworkers and to my friends, and then I posted it onto social media. So that includes people that I am close to, people that I am sort of close to, that I know, and then people that are acquaintances that are just on my friends list. So this included people from church, people from school, people that I've worked with, and then people that aren't in my friend group and they're off at colleges, and we're not really friends, but I thought it'd be good to, get those different populations, get different examples from people living different lifestyles. I asked the survey takers their current age and their sex, and then I asked them the questions about alcohol. Have you ever drank, such as more than a few sips of alcohol? Have you ever been drunk? How old were you the first time you got drunk? And what type of alcohol user are you, such as non-user, light, moderate, or heavy drinker? And then I asked the questions about marijuana, such as have you ever tried marijuana? How did you use marijuana, such as smoking it, eating it, or using a bong or other equipment? And then how old were you the first time that you used marijuana? So out of my 30 survey takers, I got some good results. For the ages, 20% of them are 18, 47% were 19, 10% were 20, and 23% were 21 or over. And then the sex was unbalanced. It was 73% female and 27% male. Have they ever drank more than just a few sips? 77% of them said yes, and 23% of them said no. When I asked had they ever gotten drunk, 57% said yes, while 43% of them said no. Then when I asked how old were you the first time you got drunk, 40% said they had never. 3%, so one person out of the 30, said the first time they had gotten drunk was between the ages of 8 and 12. And that was kind of a shocker to me, because at that age, that wasn't something that I even really knew much about. It was an adult beverage, but I didn't know it. I was very surprised for that. Just shows that people grow up in different lifestyles and with different parenting and stuff like that, or just rebellious faces, I guess. And then 20% said they were between 13 and 15 when they had gotten drunk for the first time. 23% said they were between 16, 17, and 10% said they were between 18 and 20, while only one person was 21 or over the first time they had gotten drunk. So out of the 30 people, while some of them had never gotten drunk, only one person was even legal for the time that they had gotten drunk. And then I asked them what type of user they were of alcohol. 30% said that they are a non-user. 20% said that they are a very light user. 20% said that they're a light user. 20% said that they are a moderate user, 10% said that they are a heavy user, and no one considered themselves to be a very heavy user of alcohol. Then I got into the marijuana questions. Have you ever used marijuana recreationally? 60% said yes, while 40% of them said that they had never used marijuana. And then when I asked how they use marijuana, 38% said that they had never used it, and 55% they said that they had smoked it, 26% said they had eaten it, and then 35% had said that they had used bongs or other equipment. And that question, it wasn't like a multiple choice. If they had smoked and eaten it, then they were able to choose both of those answers instead of just picking one. And then I asked how old they were the first time that they tried marijuana. 39% said that they had never used it, while 2 people out of the 30 said that they were between the ages of 8 and 12 the first time that they had used marijuana. And again, that was very surprising to me. Growing up, again, smoking anything was bad, and I knew that. So to imagine someone in that age group, for me, that's a very different experience. But 16% were between the ages of 13 and 15, 16% between the ages of 16 and 17, and 16% between the ages of 18 and 20, while 2 people were 21 or over. And then I wanted to save the effects of substance use and abuse for last, because I feel like these are the answers that speak most as to why this is a social issue. Even if these people aren't addicted to, they're not addicts to these substances, it shows that it has still made an impact, and a negative one at that, in their lives. So I said, what has happened to you due to your substance use or abuse? And that means, like, you're not the passenger of someone who's drunk driving. Like, you're drunk or you're under the influence, and this is something that happened to you. So 14% said they had gotten a traffic ticket due to their substance abuse. 1 person, 3%, said they had a car crash. 10% said they were arrested. 3% said they had money problems due to their addiction. 14% said that it had an effect on their school or work. 24% said that they had fought with their friends and or their parents. 30% said that they had passed out. 33% said that there had been a time when they couldn't remember what had happened due to their drinking. 21% of people that had abused these substances said that they had done something sexual that they came to regret. 10% said that they had hurt themselves. And 60% of the users said that none of the above had happened to them. And again, this wasn't a multiple choice question where you could just pick one. It was check everything that applies to you. So they were able to just choose whatever had happened to them, and multiple things at that. And I think that's the most telling question of the survey, because like I said before, like, even if these people aren't addicted, even if they're not alcoholics, even if they don't have to smoke pot every day, it shows that substance abuse can still have a negative impact in your life, even if you're not addicted to it. So that's why it's not substance addiction. That's a social issue. It is substance abuse, because even if you get drunk for the first time and then you go get in a car crash, you could affect someone else. You could hurt someone else. And so I think that's really telling, just to see that even if you're not addicted, these things can have serious impacts, and maybe even for the rest of your life if someone else dies in that car crash. These are things that can follow you for the rest of your lives, or others are more minor impacts, but still negative impacts and experiences nonetheless. And then I asked why or why not. Why are these behaviors something that you partake in, or why aren't they? And I got some different answers. I was given answers such as, it's a fun thing to do with your friends, get high or get drunk. I like the way that it makes me feel. And I would say that would be someone who would be more on a path towards addiction. And then on the other side of things, why don't you use these substances? I was told by one person that I don't use alcohol or marijuana because I'm a Christian and my morals don't agree with that. And they wanted to just not be in a hazy mind, but always be in total control of their behavior and their actions and not have a stumbling block of anything. And then one person, she said that religion doesn't have anything to do with her answers because she is agnostic, but she says that she doesn't use alcohol or drugs because she has diabetes and she wants to be able to take care of her physical health before putting substances in her body. So I really enjoyed this assignment. I really enjoyed creating a survey and being able to get my friends involved a little bit. I thought that was fun, being able to send it out there. And I learned a lot when it comes to the experiences and attitudes of people that I know and their attitudes towards substance abuse. And I really learned something, especially I think mostly from the effects that come from substance abuse, because before I kind of just thought, well, if you're not addicted to it, I mean, I guess it's not that bad. But now I see, because the people who have answered these questions, I know they're not addicted to it, but still I can see what has happened in their lives and the negative impact that it has taken. So now I can definitely see why substance abuse is considered to be a social issue, and it's not just addiction that is, but just substance abuse as well. So thank you. I learned something from this assignment, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.